that was put out by the Unity Church. I think it was a few years ago, called Gems of Wisdom from Black Leaders of New Thought. And it honors and celebrates some of our sheroes and heroes, people that we love and whose shoulders we stand on, like Reverend Dr. Johnny Coleman, like Bishop Reverend Dr. Barbara King, and Mary Tumpkin, and so many others. But there are also some beautiful souls that whose names you may not have heard of. Again, we know Johnny Coleman, we know Barbara King, we know Michael Beckwith, we know Reverend Ike, but there are so many others, and this text highlights a few. And so we're going to take some time this month to there's three souls that are highlighted that I just think what's shared about them is so powerful, and we want to share it with you in honor of Black history. And so these souls are Sarah Flowers, Reverend Homer Johnson, and Reverend Pearl C. Wood. Reverend Pearl was affectionately known as Mother Pearl. We'll talk about her next week. And this beautiful piece that was written by Tracy Brown, who's a religious science practitioner, an African-American religious science practitioner. She writes, "Today, thousands of African Americans practice and teach science of mind, as we do." We just went through a powerful lesson on that text last month. "Many are master teachers and influential leaders, but let's never forget those who came before, those who led before, those who wrote before, those who prayed before. Let us tell their stories and gratefully honor their legacy." And so today we honor and tell the story of Sarah Flowers. Sarah Flowers graduated from the major course at the Institute of Religious Science in 1937.
1937, yes.
Taught by Ernest Holmes. Her first book, Common Sense, was published in 1941 as a practical guide for applying spiritual principles to everyday circumstances. Each lesson highlights a spiritual principle, a metaphysical instruction, an affirmation, and a related Bible scripture. She hosted a radio program, was a popular lecturer, and published at least 5 additional books. I was both shocked and comforted when reading her book, Atomic Metaphysics, The Electrical Principle of Man, back in 1947. She not only described much of what we now call quantum physics, she also explained the metaphysical proof that existed before science could describe it, that humanity is an expression of atomic power. She then built bridges among science, metaphysics, and the Bible. In metaphysics, we must then recognize that there is a power that revolves in and around, out and beyond, at us at rate equal to the atomic energy in our material being, she wrote. This is no more a hidden subject. It is clearly divulged to every man, woman, and child who is interested sufficiently to become informed. She goes on, "Let us elucidate this power, which is revolving in space as light. This light, as we understand it, is electronic, and because we possess it, we can use it for the benefit of all of us." And you see the quote there, the image on the left. "We are made of light and power." Sarah Flowers, a powerful African-American teacher, metaphysician, science of mind student and teacher. She's amazing, just setting the groundwork and the things that she's teaching and talking about. And so what we're going to do is we will be sharing a link to this in our weekly email. So for those of you that are seeking to actually get a copy of this for yourself, let me put us back on the screen. Those of you who want to get a copy of this, you can get a copy for free, actually. So we'll put that information in the email. Also, you can download a digital version of it for those of you that want to have it in that way. But this is something powerful that you definitely want to have, definitely want to know about. But again, we're going to highlight these beautiful souls this month.
And let us remember that we are in good company, that there are people, the souls, the powerful beings that went before us. We're not alone. We're not crazy in our wanting to understand the truth at this level. There are people that went before us.
Yes.
And those ancestors still guide us in our understanding of these texts.
Yes.
Never forget that there is a powerful Black influence that is guiding your interpretation, your understanding, and your love of new thought.
Yes.